And we are live. Hello, everyone. My name is Taylor Luke. I'm creator, producer, editor, previous host of The Greenhouse. And we just had the premiere of the All-Star season. So before the second episode drops tomorrow, we're going to draft these All-Star players right now. Before we get started, if you want to watch The Greenhouse, just search my name on YouTube, Taylor Luke. It also helps if you search Survivor Goat Island. I think also the Greenhouse season X number, Greenhouse season 1 also works. But my name should be plenty. Also, I want to talk quickly about scheduling for the season. So episodes are going to come out every Sunday and Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday episode is special to celebrate the premiere and also dive into the game after this introductory episode. I think that's all of my announcements. It'll be very cute. Also, this season we are having live feed type episodes where I release the mega cut of every conversation from the game. So in addition to the edited episodes, you can see everything that happened. If you're like that, I guess, I don't know. The players asked for it, so I did it. And yeah, I think that's all of the housekeeping. Let's get going. First up is the person I'll be dueling tonight. She calls herself the better Taylor. It's the other Taylor. Hi, Taylor. How are you?
Hi, Taylor. I'm doing all right.
Good.
I am the better Taylor, though. Let's make that clear.
All right. Let's ask the audience. So, how have you been since your last draft? You could also recap your previous runs in these loot game drafts if you want.
Well, I was the winner of my first draft. Shout out to Meredith. My second draft, I got pretty close. Did not take the win, but I definitely had a solid team. So I'm ready to rein that crown back in this season. Even though I know y'all are already a hot mess, so I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do yet.
We'll see. We'll see. Now, I know Taylor from her run on Ascendance Live. So let's pull up host and co-creator Papa. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Happy to have you. I consider Ascendance the sister show
Yeah.
of the Greenhouse at this point. How are you feeling?
I'm ready to take everyone down in this draft, and when I win with the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth boot, that's a win for me.
We'll see. Technically, in our draft rules, you could get everybody.
Period. And that's how I'm winning.
So we'll see. We'll see. And now we couldn't have an all-star draft without an alumnus of the Greenhouse game. Let's call in Caleb from season 4. Hi, Caleb. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. And honestly, even though I lost every single challenge in my season, I'm ready to win the one thing that matters. The season 5 draft, obviously.
Obviously. Do you think if you win this draft, you could secure a spot on All-Stars 2?
Oh, 100% no. But
so yes, I will reveal that is what is up for grabs. Whoever wins this draft will be cast on the Greenhouse 10 All-Stars 2. What a big night.
Oh my God. Honestly, I mean, shoot, if I can see Taylor play again, I'll watch it anytime. But also, I am competitive, so I will be winning this draft. But much love to you, Taylor, and Papa too.
But yeah, before we get started, what are our general reactions to this first introductory episode?
You're disgusting.
I don't even know what to say, honestly. Where do we start?
Same, but also, so I kind of expected a lot of people targeting each other, but it was really just, I hate you, this person hates here, like da 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 da, and I'm like, why is everyone hating each other? Like there was maybe I can probably count on one hand how many people were not name dropped in the confessionals. It was insane, but it shows that everyone's here to play, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So
yeah, especially for an all-star cast, I thought maybe they'd try and keep their cards a little bit close, but no, it was like Ross was yelling, like, you ripped my heart out. Like, people were being very clear. So it's going to be even messier than I thought, but it's exactly what all of us want to see.
It was so funny because I wanted to update our typical housewife intro lines. So I thought for All Stars, especially this cast, could handle a Drag Race style premiere. And I think they all really understood the assignment of just trying to like, you know, be on reality TV for the first hour of the game.
And drag they did.
And drag they did. Speaking of Drag Race, what did we think of Christian's entrance line?
He got most memorable, girl. I'm just
For
like,
sure.
what the
Most memorable. And I think
It
that's
was
what
so
he
funny,
wanted.
literally watching that. Like basically, so whenever Christian said his line, and everyone was just dying, Thomas, and and it was going on even after Meredith walked in, and then they continued laughing after she walked in. They did Meredith dirty, but that was too funny.
So funny. Oh wait, sorry. I'm having some trouble with my dashboard, but we're good. So yeah, I say we dive into this draft. There's a lot to cover, and I think the draft will help us do so. So we are doing an auction style draft. These are all of the contestants. All three of our drafters have 50 seeds. So I'm about to randomize a number between 1 and 18. And that player will be the first person to be up for grabs. Then our drafters will use their 50 seeds to bid on the players. And whoever bids the highest recruits that player on their team. And whoever wins each player will choose the next player who's up for grabs. So you're not guaranteed to have anyone on your team, though technically everyone should. And you could have as many people as you want, just as long as you want them more than the other drafters. Okay, any questions before we start? All right, here we go. Generating 15. Who's the first player up for grabs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, we have Hurricane Ava up as the first player up for grabs.
You already said it. 15.
Is that your bid?
Yes, 15.
All right, period.
I wasn't gonna go that high, but I was gonna bid on her.
You thought I was joking?
I
You
was
thought
gonna say,
joking? I'm here to
like,
play.
All right, going once. Going twice. All right, congratulations, Caleb. You have recruited Ava onto your team. So you played with Ava back on season 4. Talk us through this draft pick.
All right, so first of all, season 4, I have to represent. But 2, I feel like with this cast in particular, how everyone is going like at each other, Ava was like one of the people who surprisingly was not targeted. And despite her being, in my opinion, the queen of chaos, or in her case, trap queen, everyone was like, she did that, but it wasn't like, oh, she's married to someone on the cast, or oh, she's a slimy player. She was pretty straightforward with who she was playing with, but she was just out there. But I feel like with this cast in particular, since everyone's out there, it's like not enough for her to be like screwed. Now, also, I will say that one with I believe it was Brady and Maddie saying, "Oh, I want to work with the season 4 players." Yeah, that doesn't include her, Ross, Dylan, Gavin, and Jessica. But considering the fact that like she wasn't like the winner, as in Gavin, or really scheming, as in Dylan, or also a very huge power player in Ross, she's in like enough position to where she wouldn't be targeted just off of her previous game alone. So I feel like she would be able to at least get past this early phase of the game easily, where this is honestly the most chaotic part, which is really funny considering she's the queen of chaos. But I think she can survive through the chaos and get further in the game. And I feel like when she does that, she'll be fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
Sorry, also one other thing. Considering how... Actually, I'll say it now, but whatever. Basically, so funnily enough, so Dylan also filmed his own live game. Shout out Olympia. But so Ava played on it, and so did Shane, and so did Maddie, and Gavin and Ross were on production for it. So there's already and that was also filmed like a week before ALLSTARS of this. So they kind of have like a general understanding of how they play, and also they're pretty close. So yeah, Ava's pretty high up on my list. So that's why she's 15.
All right, great. And Ava did really well on that show. The finale posted, right? Yeah,
It did.
It did. Yes.
I won't spoil, but you gotta watch it.
Yeah. Taylor, what was your hesitation about Ava? Or were you just not willing to put 16?
I was not going to put 16. I did not know that she played another game before this, but I think that I wanted her because the growth from your first to second game can be huge sometimes. I think a lot of times a flaw people have their first game is they just come guns blazing so hard and don't realize how hard they're playing. Maybe they played an online game that's longer and they can do that behind a screen, but in a live game, people see everything. Um, so I thought that the biggest growth, which she said she wanted to do, is kind of like reel it back in. But truly, like a hurricane never fully reels it back in. So like that was my one hesitation. Like she has shown us that like if she needs to do something, she's gonna do it and she's gonna scramble. So I wasn't sure that she completely get rid of that part of herself, but I definitely was interested in having her on my team. I'm just a little stingy with my seeds.
Yep, fair. Papa, what are your thoughts about Ava?
So if you could tell anything from Ava's season, she is a talker and she is like a go-getter. So I wanted Ava, but not for that much. So I'm excited to see how she'll do in this game because like all of these players are talkers and go-getters, and I feel like if she has a plan, like these people are going to be the people that are going to be like, I'm behind you on this, let's go do this. And I think she could pull off a few moves.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's the advantage of All Stars for pretty much all of these people is that Ava, who scared the cast during her Hurricane Ava pitch, this cast isn't necessarily going to get scared of that. So people are going to be more willing to listen to these kind of big power plays that you don't really get with new players. So yeah. So Caleb, you claimed the first member of your team. Which player is next up?
All right, we're gonna do another from season 4, or as some may see, season 2, Jessica.
All right, Jessica is back up for grabs. The Francesca of the greenhouse. She was first boot twice, and she said yes to play again. Do I hear any bids for Jessica?
2.
2.
I'll do 3.
All right, 3 for Jessica.
4.
5.
6.
Come on, you know you want to do 7.
I do want to do 7.
I'm gonna just go right back up. So if you're hesitating with 7,
7.
8.
Thought you were trying to hustle me.
I kind of was, and I was like, that's gonna seem shady if I don't.
All right, going once. Going twice. I'm calling it. Congratulations, Papa. You get Jessica for 8 seeds. Talk us through this pick.
So Jessica is someone that I think is going to do very well because, yes, she played twice, so she's going to have all those connections, but she really didn't get people like, no one, she didn't piss anyone off. Like, she has like a few enemies just because like people have voted her out and like fly trapped her and all this stuff. But like, I think that in this game, she could really just like use that to her advantage and be like, look, I'm playing this, yes, as a returnee, but like you've never seen my potential. Let me show you my potential. And I think she's not going to be afraid to do bigger moves and make those flashy, like show out things to show that she's here and that she's an all-star.
Definitely, definitely. Taylor, you were also in the mix to try to claim Jessica. What made you drop?
I don't know. I really do think she's going to be like the calm of the storm. And like, I think that people will underestimate her because she hasn't gotten as far. And I had her on my list of for sure's. I was scared to go too high and like risk some of the other players I want. But I really do think she's going to be a force in this season, and I can't wait to see it. So I hope I did not just make the mistake of this draft.
I know, because remember, a spot on All Stars 2 is up for grabs.
Also, hi, Adam. My YouTube's not connected, so I couldn't comment.
Iconic. Caleb, what are your thoughts on Jessica?
Okay, first of all, I love Jessica Queen. I'm so mad that I get to play with you season 4, but that's not my fault. That's Dylan's. Anyway, so my worry with Jessica was the fact that she was first boot twice, and now like obviously that's not. Hopefully, it doesn't really affect much in this game, considering that everyone's a threat in one way, shape, or form. But you saw it in the confessionals. Like you saw Dylan already being like, "I want Jessica gone because she might be mad at me after I was lying to her face and all this stuff." So I feel like having that target on your back, like right at the start, as well as the fact that the dinner party is a double elimination, regardless of how you spend it or whatever. I'm scared she might get caught somehow, but I feel like if she does survive at least the first couple of rounds, she should be fine. Now, also, I will say that she did play a few Survivor games, and I think she won one, I believe. Is that right?
She did.
Yeah, so she can win. But I'm just worried that like her reputation in the greenhouse community might mess her up a little bit here. So I'm not saying she's a winner, but I do think she could get far. So don't count her out.
Yeah, I think all of that's fair. And because we have a fly trap and a natural vote on night 1, Jessica has to overcome both of the ways. She went home already. Do do y'all think that her being first boot twice is going to affect her behavior on this first night of play?
I don't know. I hope she kind of just maintains the cool because I think no one else is. I think everyone is going to be nuts. And if she can just like kind of stay calm, I think it would be to her advantage because this is not a season where you're going to see an easy boot. Like, I guarantee there's going to be multiple targets this round and it's going to be a mess. She will not be first boot.
All right. You heard it here first. Jessica will be safe. Any other comments on Jessica before we keep going? Iconic. So Papa, you spent 8 seeds, so you're down to 42. Papa, you get to choose the next player who's up for grabs.
I'm gonna go with let's do Ross.
All right, more season 4 on the table. We have Ross, 5th place finisher, flytrap victim from season 4. Do I hear any bids?
I'll start with 5.
I'll go 6.
7.
Take it. Just drowning your seas, but okay.
7 going.
I came here to eat ass and chew gum, and I don't like to chew gum.
That was crazy. That almost got helicoptered. We almost flew another person in. All right, 7 seeds going once. Going twice. All right, congratulations, Taylor. You get Ross for 7 seeds. Talk us through the pick.
I don't know. I just like have this feeling Ross is going to do so well this season. Watching him in season 4, he was clearly someone that everyone wanted to talk to. Everyone wanted him in their conversations and their strategy talk. And I think that this will be no different. Speaking of season 4, I think he has that insulation for a little bit. But I think that when it comes to getting things that Ross wants, he doesn't have to be the driver or the main force to get his way. And I think that he will continue to use comedic relief to kind of just like ride it out. So I do think that Ross will thrive in this season. I hope.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely a strong player. Caleb, what are your thoughts on Ross?
Okay, so first of all, despite being a victim of Ross, I do think he's I'm gonna stop playing. But for real, like I really think that Ross is like just a naturally good player. I mean, so like in season 4 specifically, both being a player and watching it back, he has this air of like authority around him where like even just effortlessly people listen to him, people like agree with him, and like it got him really far through the game without having to like lift much of a finger. Like he said, I want this to happen, and everyone did it. And I think especially with this cast, like I said, how I said, there's like a lot of both positive and negative relationships. Ross is like insulated with season 4, like the whole Maddie and Brady thing, and just being how do you say this, Claire's cousin. there's already that as well, which like I don't know if people really mention that, but like they're cousins. They're going to work together. But I feel like with, the whole like Claire and Brody thing, he's going to be able to like fly under that while still being powerful enough to like maybe like demolish the competition again. But we'll see. Now I do have to say, Ross, I'm sorry I didn't draft you, but it's for a bigger picture. But in my heart, you're in my draft. As with all season 4 players. Let me clarify that now.
Well, what only counts for the spot in All-Stars 2 is what's on the paper.
Yup, and that's why I'm still going to win this draft. See, that's the plan. But this for my brownie points. But I can't get kicked off the group chat.
Right. Papa, what are your thoughts on Ross?
I think he'll do well. The only thing I'm nervous about for Ross is that like he was known as like if I don't take you out here, like you're gonna win. And if people in his season were worried about that, I think coming in they'll like want to work with him, but then eventually it's gonna come down to the same mindset of like, oh, like we can't take him much further because like he'll be like a big threat to win. And if he has relationships, even if they're not like out known yet, if people do find them out, like eventually they're gonna want him. Like if they can't get one of those relationships, they're gonna get him because he has other routes to be targeted for.
Yep.
Ross, don't let them question you. You got this.
Do we have any thoughts on the vision of season 4 at this point? I think of all the seasons, that was the group that was discussed the most.
Yeah, they're gonna get targeted.
Yeah.
Going in, I was thinking they were going to get targeted too. At least like whenever, like before I watched the premiere and all the confessionals, I was thinking, there's no way they just let season 4 get through. But then once we started, they were like, oh, we love season 4. Season 4 is their best season. Which obviously I have to say that it did because I was on it. But like everyone was like hyping up season 4, and I'm thinking, okay, y'all are going up in my stocks real quick. But but yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised, but I'm happy for them.
I think they're going to be screwed because anytime you go into an All-Star season, you immediately think about the season before and the alliances that ran it, the people that came from it, and it's like fresh in your mind. Whereas like the earlier seasons, like 1 and 2, like they've had time to set and people haven't seen them for a while unless they went back and binged everything before they came again. So it's like 4 is fresh in their mind. They know what's happened and they know the relationships there.
Yeah, definitely. Because think if you flip the season order of filming, then Claire, Christian, Maddie, and all the other season 1 people would be much more on people's immediate attention. It's just interesting. So yeah, Taylor, you drafted Ross on your team. You know what to do. Name the next player who will be up for grabs.
I'm going to say, let's do Brady.
All right, we have Brady here to suck the air out of this draft. Sorry, Brady's in the room with me. Do I hear any bids for Brady?
0. No. What if we all just don't bid and like don't give Brady his flowers?
Then he goes to the audience.
I wish I could give you a 0, but I cannot. So I will give you a 1.
I guess I'll give Brady a 2.
Okay, I hear 2 on Brady.
Brady, I love you. I'm sorry, but I had to make the joke. I had to make the quote. But
so I have 2 on Brady.
3.
3 on Brady.
4.
4. Okay. 4 going once. 4 going twice. I'm gonna call it. Okay.
Hey, that was easy. I thought I was gonna have to fight for him.
Ooh, I need a new pin. Brady goes for 4 seeds.
You can hear him in the background. He's like, 4?
y'all bid 15, 8, like, and y'all gonna bid 4 on me? Almost 0?
All right.
He's blocking all of us after this.
He ain't blocking me. I picked him.
All right. Brady goes for 4. Papa, talk us through this deal.
Did we see Brady in his season? Like, when I think of someone that is here for the dramatics, the gameplay, and for the good TV, it is Brady. And one thing about this season, it's gonna give good TV. So I think Brady's gonna do really well because like he was a mess in his season. So
Mhm.
everyone is gonna expect that. So then when Brady hopefully is not a mess, they're gonna be like, oh, maybe we could work with him here.
Yeah, I think that's a solid read. Caleb, you gave Brady a 1 because you could not give him a 0. What are your thoughts on Brady coming into this All-Star season?
Okay, I want to clarify. I could give Brady a 0, but I didn't want to. I want someone to give him the shot, so I gave him a 1. So my worry about Brady, and I'm dead serious, it's Shane. That's it. Like, because now to be fair, I completely forgot that they had the whole fight in the reunion for season 3. But that was all we got from Shane and Brady here. So I'm thinking this is gonna be important for later. And I don't know if Brady can win that fight. So I'm sorry, I can't have him winning. However, he is very entertaining, but he was at the bottom of my list. I'm so sorry. Not at the very bottom, but pretty close to the bottom. I'm so sorry.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. A lot's at stake, so I'm sure Brady understands. Taylor, what are your thoughts on Brady and maybe even the Brady Shane rivalry?
I don't know. I think that Brady is either going to prove us all wrong and go really far or kind of succumb to why we were all hesitant. I think Brady is a very loud, outspoken player, but it's All-Stars. And so even though he might be a louder player, people might be trying to make moves on the quieter, more reserved players, those keeping their cards close. So I definitely wouldn't count Brady out yet. I just didn't know how much I wanted to risk on such a wild card. So I'm so sorry, Brady, that you only got 4.
Very fair, very fair. Any other thoughts on Brady before we keep going? Sorry, just you right.
Well, does Brady have any thoughts? We can hear him.
I'm worth 1 million seeds. It's crazy that 4 was the highest bid. I'm doxing you guys.
Oh my god! See,
Sorry.
actually, I do remember a note that I wrote down. I think it was like before the premiere aired. But I like given Brady's vibrant personality, I feel like if he does get far, I feel like he would very much vibe well with the likes of like Brandon, Shakira, Ava, or Dylan, because they have like very similar vibes. And so maybe if the stars align, he'll be good. And with these types of people, maybe. But like we'll see. We'll see.
And I will note that Brady did say that he did want to play more strategically this season, and one of his goals was to immediately find a number 1 and 2. And he didn't say he was playing by season lines, so I'd be really curious to see if he tried to solidify with someone no one was expecting. And I also know that he was kind of also wanted to work with season 4 and is scared of Claire. So those are my other notes.
Who isn't scared of Claire, Queen?
Right.
Queen. Okay, so with that, Papa, you claim Brady, so you get to choose which player is up for grabs next.
Let's keep the conversation going. Let's pick Shane next.
All right, let's put Shane up for grabs. Shane, Brady's rival and icon from season 3. And let's get going. Do I hear any bids on Shane?
Don't hate me, Brady. 5.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself. sorry.
Not on
I'll go
stream.
6. I'll go 6.
I'll go 7.
7 on Shane. Going once. Going twice. I'm going to call it. All right, congratulations, Caleb. You have claimed Shane for 7 seeds. What are your feelings about Shane?
Okay, so besides the whole and very evident Brady / Shane beef, I am a Shane truther. I'm a Shane apologist, so I have to root for Shane. Even though he dragged me through the mud in this Greenhouse 4 mid-season recap is fine because I moved on and I understand that I flopped. However, anyway, moving on. I think so. All the fluff. Anyway, so actually related to the game. So I feel like Shane has a very good head on his shoulders. I mean, he very clearly put so much effort into this game. I mean, his intro, scripted, the context, the visuals, everything. It was amazing. Like, he was ready to play this game. Two, I feel like he has a really good read on everything. I mean, back in season 3, he knew what was up. He knew he was on the bottom. And even though everyone was clowning him for it, saying we're on the bottom all the time, he was right. And no one listened. That's why he got cut. But I feel like, now, I will say that, like, even though they were like, who prepared for the most for this? And everyone said Shane. It's true. And he's going to eat y'all up because of it. And that's why I put 7 on him. Also, going back to the Olympia thing from, like, Dylan's show, he played on that with Ava and Maddie production, Ross and Gavin, and obviously Dylan as well. And, like I said, I'm not going to spoil, but he did phenomenally, as always. So I feel like having those connections and also just showing that he does have like a very strategic mind and physical prowess as well. I feel like he can definitely carry that into here, especially considering the fact that obviously that it hadn't aired, obviously. Like it filmed, but like otherwise everyone else wouldn't have known about it. So I feel like he does have the potential to actually demolish this game. And yeah, he was I will say that before the premiere, he was my winner pick. Not that much anymore, but he's still up there, and that's why he's on my draft. That's why I spent 7 seeds on you, Shane.
All right, iconic. Caleb claims his former winner pick, Shane. Papa, what are your thoughts on Shane?
I feel like it would be a crime if I had both Brady and Shane on my team, so that's why I didn't bid on him.
Fair.
But I do think, to Caleb's point, Shane really is in the know when he plays. Like, if he just wasn't on the bottom, I think he could have really ran with the game in his original season. So I think if Shane can kind of get people to understand, like, this is true. Yes, I'm on the bottom if he is on the bottom this season, but like, work with me and then we can make other things happen. Like, I think he could do really well. I just think the only reason he didn't make it further in his original season was just because the alliance. I think if he could just get allies in an alliance real quick, he should be good.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a similar situation to when we talked about Ava, about her not having these new players listen to her when her plan actually, I remember talking about it on this podcast, was a good idea for a lot of people. I think one of my big critiques about season 3 is how little organization there was in the non-majority players. And I think Shane was the main victim of that. So I think with these all-star level players, I think his vision plus ears that will listen could make for a good combo. We'll see. Taylor, what are your thoughts?
I really wanted Shane, but also I was not going to die on the Shane hill because I think he is so strategic, and that is not something that is hidden. I think everyone can just like see how smart he is, and he's very open about sharing kind of the strategic, his mindset when he's going to votes or kind of like picking allies, which in a cast like this, I'm sure everyone's going to have loose lips, and I think it might be to his detriment. I think people are going to want to get, like I said, these kind of players out early and make a move. But I think if he insulates himself well, he can be fine for a while. I'm just really scared he's just going to get clocked because people know that he's smart and knows what's going on. And we all saw it. Shane's like my ideal kind of ally, so it was hard for me not to pick him, but I am rooting for him even though he's not on my team.
Very fair. He's an icon. Any other comments on Shane? All right, let's keep going. So Caleb, you get to choose the next player who's up for grabs.
All right, we're gonna go back to season 4. Dylan, come on down.
All right, Dylan is up for grabs. Oh, wait, I haven't updated the spending. So you did 7, so you're down to 28. I think I'm up to date. I didn't clock Papa. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I was like,
yeah,
don't take away my seeds.
Sorry. I fixed it. Okay, cool deal. So, Dylan's up for grabs. Do I see any bids?
I'll start with 5.
5 on Dylan. Five going once. Going twice. I'm going to call it. Congratulations, Taylor.
You guys are weird for that one.
Have-
I was ready to bid so much, so thank you. I will keep my 38 seeds.
You have recruited Dylan on your team. Let me do your seeds now. So you are also at 38. All right, talk us through this Dylan pick.
This one's kind of a tough one because Dylan is like the villain, the face of season 4. He's the villain. But I absolutely love the gameplay. And he's very strategic, very social. I think it'll be kind of hard for him to play the exact same way. He said that he wasn't going to do it, but then was like, of course I'm going to lie. But I think he is very aware in the sense that he is going to try and build loyalty a little bit better. And I think that'll be to his advantage. The only way they're going to get Dylan out of this is by a blindside. And I just don't want to see it. I don't know. I'm a little bit nervous, but he was giving so much content. He knows all the relationships. He was saying he wanted Claire Brody to go very quick, that he's going to make moves. And so I really hope that people just use him as a meat shield until they literally cannot stop him. And I think you guys made a mistake by letting me get him for 5.
Absolutely. I'm obsessed with Dylan. Holly and I did a draft the day of filming that I plan to post after the season.
And he was on my draft last time too.
Iconic.
So,
And I said during that draft that I considered Dylan to be the best greenhouse player. So that's tea. Papa, what are your thoughts on Dylan?
I was afraid to pick Dylan just because going back to, their season is so recent, like people are gonna know it's gonna be fresh in their mind. And I feel like with a night 1 fly trap, I could honestly see Dylan being fly trap night 1. But I think if he doesn't get fly trap night 1, I think he is gonna stay in the game for a while. But I think Dylan is one of those people that is a really great player, but going into an all-star season, his chances to win are so slim because he's so good that people are just going to want to take him out. And even if he makes it to, final 4, they're not going to want to take him to the end. So, yeah.
T. Caleb, you've also played with Dylan. I think also online, right? What are your thoughts?
So first of all, speaking of online, which is really funny, actually, he's playing in my org right now, and he just made the final 3. Congrats to Dylan. Anyway, so back to the greenhouse. Basically, so pretty much I second what Papa said to the umpteenth degree. I love Dylan with all my heart, but I think he's screwed. Now, not only which is the game, but and I mentioned this in the live chat too. He had way too many confessionals at the very beginning. I'm sorry, you don't get that many confessionals in your winning season. I'm sorry, especially when a lot of them was I'm targeting Brody and Claire, they're married. I'm targeting so and so. I'm targeting their mama. I'm targeting their dog. I'm you targeting all these people, you're about to get cut. And like I said, with the Venus live trap and the actual vote for round 1. Now, do I think he's going to go home night 1? No, but I do think he could very much flame out, especially with his season literally having just happened at that point, and it's just airing a week before filming or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it might not be too good for him. Now, obviously, I'm rooting for him. Obviously, like I said, but also I will say I hit my mic. I will also say that one good thing about him is that. So while he has a really good social game, he also has a physical game to back it up. He won how many greenhouses? Too many. And so if they let him get too far, he just want to comp out like he did last season. Full stop. So in my opinion, he's very high variance. Either he does really well or he does really bad. I don't see him being a very middling person, but I feel like he's gonna be one or the other. And so fortunately for that, I can't take the risk. But I love you, Dylan.
Yeah. And while Greenhouse 4 did just air, that also means that they saw his final 4 decision recently, which was whenever he took out Kim instead of Gavin at the final 4. So potentially,
I'm sad Kim is not on my screen. I love you, Kim. But sorry, continue.
love Kim. Shout out to Kim. Wish you were here. So potentially that mistake is what is freshest on people's minds. Any comments? Any other comments on Dylan before we move on?
I just think if it becomes a thing where everyone's coming after season 4, we're all gonna look over and see it's Dylan leading the charge somehow. So we'll see. Dylan will do whatever it takes. I don't think he'll flame out. I think he's gonna like die going crazy, like trying to stay in. But he winning.
We will see. We will see. All right. So Taylor, you claimed Dylan, so you get to choose the next All-Star who is up for grabs.
Ooh, let's go Christian.
Yes. All right. Christian, the first person to get booted at the Final Four in the history of the Greenhouse. He's known for being shady. He's known for being funny, according to him. And he's Christian. Do I hear any bids on Christian?
I'll do 4.
I'll do 5.
5.
6.
7.
Oh my god, girl. 8.
Okay, have them.
Good. Thank God.
All right.
Taylor, don't come in here.
I wasn't.
Do it. You won't. You won't.
8 on Christian, going once. Twice. I'm going to call it. Congratulations, Papa. You get Christian for 8 seeds. Talk us through the pick.
So Christian is one of those people that, like, watching, you're just like, how the fuck does he get away with stuff?
Mhm.
And I think in this season, again, he's just gonna get away with things. Like, coming in, he's already being super funny. Like, everyone like me, tee hee ha ha. And I think that's gonna really rope people in the beginning. And he already has some like good allies coming in. So he's just gonna strengthen bonds and create new ones for when he's wanting to make those moves later. He's going to have his army behind him that'll do it and not even think twice about it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Caleb, you were in the mix for Christian. What do you think?
All right. So all I got to say with Christian is I do think that he will play a really good, like, okay, despite everyone saying, like, you can't play the middle in this game, I think you still can. Because, like, with everyone being chaotic and especially Christian I feel like out of the scary players tier that we have of these people who a lot of them we have not gotten to yet, I feel like he is the least threatening of them. For one, his spouse isn't on the cast. 2, he was on the earliest season, so I feel like he do really well here. And also, like, he finds a way of getting what he wants, as long as there's not a giant final 3 in the game that can cut him at final 4. But I feel like this time he can learn from his mistakes, get into a trio with whoever it may be, and just basically do what Brandon, Bryce, and Claire did to him. But this time he's going to be on top this time. But I believe in him.
We'll see. Taylor, do we need to get into this game?
Christian's iconic. I honestly, so I agree with what you guys are saying, but I think that I would feel like that's more of a non-all-star game. I see Christian as like very, very confident, and I see it as a way that others will notice it too. I think that he'll do okay in the beginning for that reason, but I think that he might be one of like the more outward targets, like let me be the leader kind of guy. I could be wrong, but I just feel like in an all-star setting, I don't see Christian thriving as much as I think he would if it was all-stars. I could be wrong, but he's just so likable already, and he wants to be that likable guy. But we're in a game of like snakes and rats, and I just don't think it'll fly.
Yeah, fair enough. Any other comments on Christian before we keep going?
Real quick. So we're going to manifest that this does not end up like Survivor All-Stars. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh. All right. So, Papa, you just claimed Christian. Who is the next player on the board?
I feel like there's a bunch of people that we just keep like dancing around wanting to pick. So I'm just going to full send, and I'm going to pick one of the winners, and I'm going to pick Shakira.
All right. Shakira is on the board. Our first winner up for grabs. Do I hear any bids on Shakira?
I'll start
One.
with 5.
Oh,
6,
Nice try. 7,
8.
9.
Have fun.
Thanks.
All right, 9 on Shakira. Once, twice. I'm going to call it. Congratulations, Taylor. You get Shakira for 9 seeds on your team. Talk us through it.
She is such a queen, and we all see it, but all of us will do nothing about it. And I feel like that's exactly what's going to happen during this season. Or when they try to, it's too late. She just said she graduated med school. She knows how to work the kids. She knows how to work the adults. Like, there's just literally that came off so wrong. There's no stopping her. I just think she knows how to read a room, and she's going to. And while she may be a winner, I think she's also going to stay kind of cool, calm, collected, jump on the train and make moves, but also kind of like do what she has to do to hide. So if we're going to see a 2-time winner, you know, it's going to be Shakira.
Iconic. Caleb, what are
I
your
know, not the kids. That came off so wrong.
Caleb, what are your thoughts on Shakira?
If you can't stand to see her shine, you better buy a visor. I am so ready for Shakira. Obviously, like I said, I couldn't draft her for end goal reasons, but like even in her like original season, that was her first time playing, right? Season 3.
Yes. It was her
Yeah.
first exposure to anything like this.
Yeah, and you saw how she killed it. Like she even beat Thomas, who, bear in mind, literally lives on set. Like he's done it since like what, middle school. So like she mollywopped him, like, and it was just effortless. Like she literally had just a knack for the game that is so endearing, and it's like also just like especially the greenhouse, at least especially early game. Now I'm not sure about like all-star because everyone's aggressive, but like being able to put your foot down and say, I want this power. Round 1, it worked for her. Not for Brady, but it worked for her. She was like, I want the rose, and she got the rose, and then she just sailed from there. And you know, having that final 3, I believe it was final 3 with, I'll say final 4 with her, Edmund, Zach, and Thomas, and they wrote that out. Which, to be fair, like considering the competition they had, it was pretty easy. But they got where they wanted to go, and Shakira basically reap the benefits of it because she won. And I think she could do it again. I do have very much confidence that despite her being a winner, I think she could win again.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Go Shakira.
We'll see. Papa, what are your thoughts on Shakira?
I, as with everyone else in the world, loves Shakira, and I am super excited to see her back. I do think, though, out of the winners, she's going to be the one that everyone's like, we need to watch out for. I do think she can make it very far, but like eventually there's going to be the whole, a winner's got to go because we can't have a winner win again. And like they're just going to want to cut someone. And I think Shakira might be that person. But then again, I could see Shakira starting the trend of like, let's go after these winners. Like, I don't care. Like, just get one of them out so we could just shut up about it already. Like, she's going to be that type of person. And if she does that, then I'm going to regret not picking her for my draft.
What are our
You
thoughts
will.
on winners in the mix?
I love it.
They're all going to eat. They're all going to eat. All I got to say. But
And they're all like so hungry for another win.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited. I kind of hope that they work with each other. But everyone's going to assume they're working with each other anyways.
Right.
So they might as well just full send it. So I don't know. I hope they can work it and put the target on like season groupings versus the winners. Because if I was winning, I would just be like, well, that's the obvious target. Why don't we think of something else?
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Any other comments on Shakira before we keep moving?
I will also say that so looking at my little episode 1 notes, I completely forgot, or at least I don't remember, that Shakira and Thomas are roommates. Like that, like I saw it and I was like, they're what? Oh my God, they were roommates. Like I was shocked when I heard that. So I'm like, oh, she's going back up in the stocks again. But yeah, good for her.
Iconic.
Oh, I had a note that Dylan said wants to target Thomas and roommate, but I didn't catch who it was. And they're working on the same team.
So the Shakira racer. Okay, all right. I'll keep Taylor. They're nice.
Iconic. So Taylor, you get to choose the next player up for grabs. Who do you choose?
Ooh. Well, let's just go with the roommate, Thomas.
All right. Thomas, season 3 runner-up, originally tied with Shakira, but lost in the tie-breaking vote from Zach. Thomas, now with no wisdom teeth and no prescription medication at the time of this filming. Do I hear any bids?
5,
3.
Oh,
6.
7.
7 for Thomas. Going once. Going twice. I'm going to call it. Congratulations, Caleb. You get Thomas on your team. Talk us through this Thomas grab.
Okay, so the very first thing I wrote in my little notes is the way Thomas played, he would have won any season of the Greenhouse as long as he was not saying a 6 Shakira, because he played the heck out of that game. And considering the fact that he as I mentioned earlier, he's been playing these games because he's your brother since they started, and he still got to the end and nobody thought about that. They were like, oh, we can ask Thomas questions. Oh, we can ask for his advice, whatever, and they just let him do it. Like, I can't remember exactly how he played. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I feel like he was like one of the people who got nominated like the least or whatever. It was something like that. It was a weird stat, but I remember it like in my mind of minds. But like, I feel like Thomas can do the exact same thing here. And like, even though like he is your brother, like I said, there are bigger threats, because also Thomas didn't win, so he doesn't have that, oh, he's a winner target attached onto him. And also, like I said, his spouse isn't in the game, but now besides like Shakira and him being roommates, like besides like Dylan knowing that, I feel like it's not going to affect much because they are already from the same season. So it's like, okay, when what? But like, I feel like Thomas can do it again because he's done it numerous times. So it's just a matter of, is he going to win this time? And honestly, I think he can. I think he can if they let him get too far. But also, I do not. Also, I do want to clarify, I do not see him going home round 1. If so, I would eat a shoe. But
oh wow, more stakes.
Yes,
more stakes added to the night. Taylor, what are your thoughts on Thomas?
I really wanted Thomas. Thomas is just like, he even said like, I'm a well-rounded player, I'm social, I'm strategic, and I can win comps. And Thomas is just likable. We saw that his other season that he played. I think he very well could have won. Like, it's not like he came in with no resume. I just wonder if that's going to help or hurt. And I keep saying that about these players, but I think that's just the case for everyone, basically. Right. So I think that the end is going to be a threat no matter. I don't know. I really wanted Thomas. I do think he's going to go far. I don't see him going round 1. But I could also see him getting clocked mid-game. It just depends kind of how he decides to start the game. If he decides to really push for the moves or kind of lay back, I'm not sure.
We'll see. Papa, what are your takeaways about Thomas?
Thomas is one of those people that, if you go up to and talk to, this is just based off of like watching his season, like, he's like a car salesman. Like, that they're gonna like fuck you over like any chance they can. but you still are like, I'm gonna go talk to him. And Thomas is for sure that person. Like, that he is scheming and talking to all these people, and he's like obviously in the know, and he has all this information, but you still want to go and get his opinion and hear what he has to say. And he can always turn you from like whatever you're thinking. So I think Thomas is going to be put in situations where he's going to be seen as like a more obvious target next to people that he's against. And I think he's going to be flipping people that should be obvious votes against him to keep him. So I wanted to bid more on him, but there's one person that I'm saving a bunch of my seeds for because I feel like they're going to be a hot commodity tonight.
We will see. We will see. Any other comments on Thomas before we keep going?
I will also say that since he is not under the influence of medicine and he still played amazingly in season 3, he's eating. He's
iconic. I will also say I think Thomas is my favorite entrance line. Yep, it's a set. It was funny to me. That's just me. All right. So, Caleb, you got Thomas on your team. You get to choose the next player up for grabs.
We've talked about, well, I've talked about him enough. Let's just get out the way. Our third placer, Brody.
All right, Brody, the highest placing person from season 2 in the cast, is up for grabs. Do I hear any bids for Brody over the sound of the All-Stars helicopter?
5.
5 on Brody.
I thought I was gonna have to fight for him. Work.
Screw it, 6.
5 going once. Going twice.
I think Caleb said 6.
Mhm.
Oh, did he? Oh, ooh,
Yeah,
I didn't hear.
6. Yeah, 6.
6 going once. I see mental anguish, so I'm going slow.
You could continue.
Going twice. I'm going to call it. Congratulations, Caleb. You claim Brody on your team for 6 seeds. Talk to me.
Okay, first of all, I do want to say that I think I played myself. Besides the point, moving on from that.
You fell into the trap.
I did. I
fell
got
into the
clowned. I
trap.
did. He's at the bottom of my list, bro.
You fell into it. I was like, did I really just bid 5 for someone that no one wants? I was
It's
like,
fine.
fuck.
Whatever. I'll take it. Whatever. You know what? Brody's going to be our sleeper pick. Anyway, okay, so I'll go into why I like Brody and then why I don't. But okay, so like I said, Brody's absolutely one of the biggest people on this cast. Like, he's won like numerous times in different games, right? I mean, you mentioned that.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, so he can do it once, he can do it again. And like in season 2, especially, like despite this like resume he had, he was still able to like slide into a group, the Fly Trap Girls, legends, and really just right in the middle with Patrick and Clay and Johnny. And I was forming Final 3 with Clay and Johnny, which also I feel like that also solidified the fact that like at least the strategy of having a Final 3. Not, I think that may have been season 1, but like he basically was like, yeah, you definitely need a Final 3 to get in the game, which is exactly what he did. Game changer. And like he has the ability of like making these very visible yet uncounterable moves and still reaping the benefits of it. Like for example, whenever I think told Lily straight to her face, "You're going home." That's that. And like she was mad about it, but he still wasn't targeted. And now to be fair, she didn't get his jury vote, or he didn't get her jury vote. But we're not talking about that. But like he's a big threat, but he knows how to weasel his way out of it regardless. And I will keep my other thoughts for after the positive discussion.
Oh. Papa, you were in the mix. I want to hear you talk about Brody.
So Brody is obviously known for the game-changing gameplay.
Mhm.
And in his season, it was like used against him in the end because it was like, oh, we don't like how you did that. And I feel like if he did it in this season, like he's just gonna get clocked. Like it's not the game-changing gameplay here. It's just like we see what you're doing. I do think that he is a smart enough player that he wouldn't do the same exact thing this season, but I also think that people are always going to be skeptical of working with him just because like his reputation in the game. But if I had to pick someone that I thought had a chance to make it to the end, it would be Brody, because just like Thomas, I feel like he could talk his way there.
Yeah, absolutely. Taylor, you seemed completely uninterested.
Actually, I was really interested. I wasn't sure. I was really conflicted because I do think that Brody's a sleeper pick right now, and I was kind of surprised that he didn't get more seat or get like a higher bid for this. I don't know. The things working against him for me is like he's married to Claire, right? And that's already been a talk. And I think that Claire is a bit better insulated to where if they're trying to make that move early, I think that Brody might go, especially with people considering the move that he made and not liking it from this past season. But I don't know. I feel like Brody could potentially hide a little bit if people aren't trying to target the couple. But I don't know. I was really conflicted. I almost bid 7, but I wasn't sure. But I don't know. I really don't know where I think Brody's going, but I think it's further than you guys are crediting him with. So.
Yeah. He's played a million times. He makes it to the very end almost as many times as he plays. Can't explain how it happens. It just kind of does. So we'll see. We'll see. Any other comments on Brody before we jump in the helicopter to the next person?
Yep, time to talk about my little quip.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
yes. Okay, so first of all, going back to like how he makes these big moves, he also has a way of ticking people off, like severely. Like he ticked Lily off so hard, she randomized her vote. Iconic. But she randomized her vote. Like she didn't even want to vote. It was bad. And then two, like we all mentioned, it's the Claire factor. Like it's literally like imagine you just like won the Hunger Games, right? And you're chilling, right? And now you got to go into the freaking third quarter quell, and you see Katniss and Peeta, like that's basically them. You got to get at least one of them out because they're never going to target each other. No, maybe they will, but like especially early games, they're not targeting each other. They're freaking married. They like ring on a finger. It just happened. Like, so I feel like it's a ticking time bomb of whether one of the one of them's going to go home early. We don't know who it is, so it's like hot potato. Like Claire, Brody. So I don't really know who it is, which I didn't really want to pick him, but thanks, Papa. Sleeper pick. But like, so it's until one of them goes home, they're both a target. Like now, once one of them goes home, then hopefully the other will be able to blend in unless they completely screw the game up, which I have very much faith in them that they won't do that. But until one of them goes home, they're both a target. So it's just a matter of hopefully I picked correctly and Brody isn't out before Claire. But yeah, we'll see.
We will see. What do we think about Brody and Claire's dynamic going into the game? How do you all expect them to be together or separate?
I think it would be smart if they like spread out and were never really seen together, so people stop the whole, oh, they're gonna be together, but then like since there's multiple days at the end of the night, if they both make it there, come together, spill all the information, and like they know that they're with each other, but like just never get seen together.
Yeah, Claire said something like it's all stars. You're not an all-star if you vote for a couple, but like that's not true. Like at the end of the day, y'all are married, you're gonna tell each other everything. You can pretend you're allies to other people, but like until you're willing to cut your hubby or your wife, like you're gonna get targeted. So like you can't say someone's not an all-star unless you're willing to make an all-star move too. So that's kind of what I want to see.
And we will see. Caleb, you got Brody on your team. You get to pick once again the next person up for grabs.
Awesome. Now before I do, I have to shout out Valencia in the chat. I see you in these streams. I always want to say hi, but like if I'm in there, you're in there too. I like the hustle. Anyway, now going back onto the draft. We gotta do his wife, Claire.
All right, Claire, queen of season 1, icon. She fussed at me for using this picture. I'm sorry. Claire is up for grabs. Do I get any? Ooh, 6.
7.
8.
I know I just came at her, but
8.
8 on Claire.
Oh, did I hear a 9 from Taylor?
You didn't.
8 going once. Going twice. I'm going to call it. Congratulations, Papa. You get Claire on your team. Talk to me.
Getting Claire for 8 is like getting Brady for 1. Like, what a deal. No, I'm kidding. No. I thought I was going to have to fight harder for Claire. I adored Claire in her original season, and she's already giving, I'm going to be the villain of this season. And I think with Claire, like, there's just something about her that people are just going to, like, want to work with, and she's not going to get targeted right away. I think the only thing that would get her targeted right away is, like, the couple thing, but I think she's just going to stand up and be like, y'all, this is boring as fuck. Like, if you were in a couple and the same thing was happening to you, would you want this to happen? And I think that would, like, really get with people. And I think she's smart enough to know, like, I just can't be seen with Brody all the time. So I think she's going to do better than he is. So that's why I wanted her.
Iconic. Taylor, talk to us about Claire.
I know I just like talked shit about what she said, but I do think she is going to do really well. I think she says jump, every person, including the hosts and production, say how high. Like I think she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. But I don't know if she can do it all the way to the end, which is why I hesitated on bidding 9. I worry that people see that she's powerful. Like she does not seem like someone you want to be messed with or be on their bad side. I think the couple thing will hurt her, but if Brody goes, I think she'll be fine for a little bit longer. Like I said, I think she's a little bit more insulated. I could very well see her getting to the end. She just gives like boss woman energy, and I love it. But I also think people are not blind, and I think they see that too. So it'll be interesting.
Absolutely. Caleb, your turn. What's up?
I will say I'm also now, even though I did not put her on my draft, I'm also a Claire apologist. I believe that she should have won season 1 hands down. Like I the whole time I'm thinking, oh, she's winning 100%. There's no way and then she lost.
I agree. I agree.
I was so shocked. Like honestly, and I have to say this because, like I said, apologies, but watching Claire lose was like watching Taylor lose in Sentence Life 3. Oop, I said it. Like I was so mad.
I
agree. And like, so now granted, I do get why she lost. Like, even though Claire makes some bomb moves, like the way she handled that Venus flytrap, she was like, Bryce, Brandon, give me seeds right now. And they did. They listened to her. Oh, hey, Mike. They listened to her and they did. The problem was she took a lot of people off in the process, just like, which is very funny because they're married, but they take a lot of people off and that's why they lost the game. But like, she's able to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna get this done and we're gonna do it right now. And they just listen to her. So I think that's a very powerful thing, especially in this cast. Honestly, I think it's like, I mean, to be fair, like you have Brody, Claire, and Ross. They just have authority about them. I don't know, maybe it's in the genes. I don't know. But like, they just know how to command. And I think that's really cool. Now, like I said, do I think she's going to win? Hopefully, but like, well, actually, not hopefully because she's not on my draft. But I'm hoping she goes far. I hope she goes far, maybe a second again or a third. But I hope she's going to win because I want to win this draft. But now also something that like, it wasn't really mentioned. It may be mentioned, but like Claire has been on the camera crew for like almost every season. I think like for a long time. She has watched these games played live. She knows like how, like, considering that she's always on set, like she kind of knows like when it is good to like be in competition, when it's not good to be in competition. Like she sees these people running around, dipping, dodging, wheeling, dealing, and doing everything. Like she knows like how to be in this environment because she does it like twice a year. I don't know how often these filmed, but she does it often. And so I feel like she is very easily able to get into that mindset of, okay, I'm in the game, I'm in the environment, this is how I play. Yeah. And so I think she's going to eat. I think she's going to demolish. Just hopefully not first because I want to win this draft.
I fear she may be one of the ones that got away from me, but I hope not.
We will see. I do think from hosting and just doing this for so long, one of the biggest indicators of someone having an improved performance is whether or not they were on film crew since the last time they played. I think it just really gives people a sense for the rhythm. I think they start to see things more big picture. I think it also comes from just gossiping with the whole crew and just getting the rhythm of how the game works. And Claire has put in more hours than anyone else behind a camera. So.
Oh, so you're saying that Claire wins. Okay, let's pack it up. Papa won the draft. Just kidding.
I'll see y'all in ALLSTARS too.
honestly, Papa, I do need to see you play a game. Just saying. Whatever it may be, I need to see you play.
Every game I play, I wish it was episodic because when I tell you I bring the ratings, even if it's a live stream game, I bring the ratings.
Honestly, iconic.
Papa walks into ALLSTARS too, like, hi, I've never played. I just won the draft last
But that's why I'm an all-star. I didn't have to prove why I needed to be here.
Iconic. One thing I do actually low-key want to do is get like a bunch of hosts and just do like an all-host season. I don't know. That's just kind of my thoughts. But
Gavin triple winner. Ooh, did I say that out loud? Anyway.
Ooh. All right. So Papa, you just got Claire on your team. You get to choose who's up for grab next.
You know, there's still too many winners in this mix. So let's go with Brandon.
All right. Brandon. He is number one. He is the only one, the winner of season 1. It is Brandon. Do I hear at least one seed out
5.
there? Oh, 5.
6.
Caleb. 6.
7.
4. 7. 7. Ooh, 8. 8 going once.
8.5. I'm sorry. I'm good.
Impossible. Only whole numbers. 8 going once. 8 going twice.
9.
9 for Caleb. 9 on Brandon. Going once. Going twice. I'm going to call it. Congratulations, Caleb. You get Brandon for 9 seeds. Talk us through it.
All right. So first of all, I feel like out of all the winners on this cast, I have the most faith in Brandon because so okay, so like for one, he's the first winner, and it was his first time playing. So now that he has more experience, also saying that he was basically like the host of season 4, so he was basically kind of like Claire in the moment the entire time, so he could like see what was going on and that stuff. I feel like he heavily has more experience now, and despite like I said, despite him being a winner, he's not one of those. Oh, hit the mic again. He's not one of those giant names like Claire, Bodie, Christian, Dylan, Gavin, Shakira. Like, I mean, even though like he's a winner, like I feel like he wouldn't be targeted as such as bad. So like I feel like he would also we'll say given the way he won. Now, like I said, I do think Claire should have won, but he played a phenomenal social game. Like he had people like him so bad that he had to vote for him, and like it was just like now people like I like underestimated his game until I watched the recap that you posted, which I'm still waiting for season 3 and season 4. But like
they're recorded. I just need to put it together. They're coming.
Okay, you're good. But like watching someone, I was like, oh wait, Brandon actually kind of killed it because like it's basically like it was just like he knew what he was doing, and I feel like he like successfully. Now I wouldn't say used Claire, but like basically like he had Claire take the downfall of all of their decisions while still reaping the benefits of it. Like he wasn't targeted as much. No one hated him as much. So like the votes that Claire lost due to taking people off, he got. And now, like I said, like you don't really know how Bryce got those votes, but like they did. But Brandon still won in the end. It was like what 3 to 2 to 2 because it was a final 10 jury in season 1, right?
Season 1, it was technically everyone was on the jury, but then the 2 people who left like before lunch, we just took out of the jury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was that makes it what 8 and 8 jury.
Oh, was it 42 to 2?
It was 4 to 2 to 2. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, he got 4 votes. Either way, he was winning. But like, he can do it again. I believe in him, and honestly, I'm glad I'm down to 6 seats because of him.
Absolutely. Taylor, everyone has agreed that they thought Claire was the winner of season 1. What do you think that means for Brandon's reputation coming into this one?
I don't know. I think Brandon has a really good shot this season. I actually really wanted him in my draft. I don't know. I think that when you walk into a room and you talk to Brandon, he's gonna tell you exactly what you want to hear. I just can't tell how well he's going to get away with it. I think everyone is going to know that Brandon knows the game extremely well. But yeah, I don't know. I think he could do really well in this cast, honestly.
Yeah, iconic. Papa, any additional thoughts?
I think that Brandon, honestly, is not going to do well in this game just because he's a winner. So that's already one, like, stack of cards in the deck that are against him. He kind of was, the front man in one of the seasons, two of the seasons.
One of the seasons.
So that's another thing that people are going to look at. They're going to be like, well, like he's going to have those connections really well, and he's going to fall back on those, and people are going to want to work with him because of it. So I think people are going to want to target him kind of right away, just because out of everyone, other than like a few people on the film crew, he's going to be like the most connected.
Yeah. No, I think that's a very fair read. Any other comments on Brandon before we keep moving? Still got 6 more queens to get through. Who just got Brandon? Caleb.
I did for 9.
Caleb, once again, you get to choose who is
Awesome.
up for grabs.
Let's see. We're gonna do someone from the season right after.
Oh.
The legend, the literal game changer,
Uh-huh.
Lily.
All right, let's put Lily on the board. She made me change the rules of the greenhouse. It's Lily. Do I have any bids on Lily?
1,
2,
3.
4.
I don't know if I want to go any higher or not.
She's too iconic. Like,
I
give
know,
her
but
her flowers.
there's still too many iconic.
Then why
people on
don't
the
you
board.
bid? Then why don't you bid, Caleb?
Girl, I'm broke. I got 6 coins left.
I thought.
Was that a 6? Did I hear a 6 from you?
You know
No.
what? I'm leaving. I'm done.
What are we on? Sorry, 5?
4.
4 for Taylor. 4 on Lily. Going once. Going twice. I'm going to call it. Congratulations, Taylor. You get Lily on your team for 4 seeds. What are you thinking?
So I really don't know much about Lily's past season, so maybe this was an impulsive purchase. But when I was watching this, something just like kind of screamed at me to pick Lily because I think she's going to be one of those calming forces like within like all of the hecticness. She literally was the reason that like the Venus flytrap changed. And I'm just really excited to see her in this kind of setting. So I think as long as she can get over like the early round bumps, with everyone just being so ready to cut each other, I think she's going to do really well. And I think people are going to rely on her for votes. And I think I got a steal.
Yeah, I think that's a really strong read of the kind of player Lily is. For example, if anyone goes and watches the rule video, you will notice that Lily is the most featured person in the video because she just kind of did the textbook of things you can do in the greenhouse, and she did that while getting 10th place. She bought Flytrap, she bought Uproot, she won a greenhouse challenge. She really kind of did it all. And yeah, so
she's gonna do it again.
She's here to do it again and make it farther this time. Papa, what are your thoughts on Lily?
I feel like Lily kind of goes with my draft team of just like chaos, but could also calm it down to, work the game. I think that, she's so iconic and like the whole Flytrap got changed. I think it would be hilarious if the night 1 Flytrap got her. So that's why I was like a little hesitant on picking her, just because it's like, oh, like you changed the game, let's change the game and get you out with it in a new Flytrap too. So I'm just nervous for her there.
You are nasty. Nasty is Taylor's twist.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Papa, do you have any thoughts on her entering the game with Jessica, the person she Flytrapped first?
Oh, when I tell you, if there is not, even if it's just fake drama where they're just like bickering back and forth for a moment, I'm gonna be so upset. Like, that is a storyline that I'm gonna be watching and hoping something happens with. If literally nothing comes out of it, like, what are they doing?
Yeah,
I hope they're ride or dies. Yes, that's what I want to see.
Absolutely.
Because women always work together.
Caleb, what are your thoughts?
Okay. I will say she was a little bit low on my list, but I still gave her props anyway because, like I said, little game changer. She literally changed the freaking rules. Also, even before that, the fact that she was now like, to be fair, this was because of her like participation in like theater BR or whatever. I can't remember exactly the name of it, but like she had like 5 people or whatever. But like she still had a huge stranglehold on the game, and she took all the credit for it. Like, not gonna lie, she took the credit for it, and that's why she's here in All Stars. Now, everything else, like the fact that like even after the whole Venus flytrap thing, and they had basically no seeds, they were broke, pockets empty, only lint. They still had like a stranglehold until the daisy chain where she went home. Otherwise, like she was like, "Oh, I want this to happen." Boom, because bear in mind they had Clay and Johnny who had Brody, so they were basically half the house from the jump, and impressive. Like the fact that you can just do that despite having like no, I think like she very much used the power of like not having like economic power, but like social power. Like they had the power of numbers instead, and that's really powerful, especially at the beginning game where there's only like so. In like Survivor, you have all the votes of people in the game. So at the time, assuming it's a merge. Big Brother is like that -3. In the greenhouse, is that minus like what, 5 or 6?
Yeah.
So like as long shoot, I think like so we're doing quick math in my head. So there's 18 people. Assume taking out the Venus flytrap because I assume that happens before the vote.
It happens after.
People. Oh, after the vote. Okay, so 18. Oh, so the person voted out is first boot. Dang, not anyway. But yeah, so there's 18 people, 3 nominees maybe. That's like 13, 12 people voting. So that's like, you only need 6. She can get 6 easily. I believe in her. But I'll say that my worry about her was that like, given the fact that she was, in my opinion, loyal to a fault, she was willing to go balls to the wall, like at the jump. So that could probably scare people and be like, I don't know if I want to work with that chaoticness. Even though she's going to be loyal to me, I don't know if it would be beneficial for me to work with her right now. So I think that she could be an early victim, but if she can get that loyal, Taylor's gone. If she can get that very loyal,
Taylor.
Oh, you called it, and that's why you're in the top left. Oh, he's back. Never mind.
Hi, I'm back.
But like, yeah, I feel like if she can get that loyal group, like from the jump before any mess happens, before she has to buy a freaking Venus flytrap again, she can go far as long as she's not like the figurehead of this alliance again. But I believe in her. Just not enough to be in my draft.
So, do we think that she's gonna go for broke and run around and buy this flytrap too?
I feel like she wouldn't, just based off of the fact that she already bought it the first time in season 2. I feel like if she were to try, they're gonna be like, she gonna lose power hungry again. She's gone. So I don't think. I think she's smarter than that. I don't think she would do that this round. Now, if she's in a position where they're trying to flytrap her, she's gonna be like, rally it up. Let's trying to get information. Like, it's gonna be over. Like, don't try her with this flytrap because she will get it. I'm just saying, just don't scare her. But we'll see.
We'll see. I just once again want to give Lily her flowers. I think that she really helped just define what the greenhouse is. And she was one of the few members of this cast that was a mandatory person to have for me. I would have changed the date if she couldn't make it. So anyway. Now it is time for another person to go up for grabs. Who got her? Taylor. So Taylor, you get to choose the next player who's up.
I'm gonna say, let's do Queen Abrielle.
Iconic. So here we are, the last person from season 3 up for grabs. It's grandmother. Do I hear any bids on Abrielle?
1.
2.
I was like, the fuck?
I'm not gonna lie, same, but I was like,
y'all are not giving me her for 1.
That would be vile. It's giving Brady.
4.
Oh my god.
I forgot he's in the room. I'm sorry, Brady. Hugs. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna do 4.
Oh, I thought that was a joke about.
Oh, I mean it was, because now she can't go under 4.
All right, I hear 4 on Abby. Anyone else? 4 going once. 4 going twice. I'm gonna call it. Congratulations, Papa. You get Abrielle on your team.
I thought I was gonna have to use fucking 12,
I
13
know.
seeds. I was ready to fight tooth and nail. Like, Abrielle was who I was waiting for. When, like, y'all think there's Legends of the Greenhouse? Baby, that's Abrielle. Like, I don't know. It's just something about her. Like, she just draws you in, and like, she is like my perfect ally. Like, if I had to handpick someone that I would want to work with, it would be her. Like, she can do no wrong. If she fucks up, she could still do no wrong because there is no fucking up with her. Like, she will be winning the Greenhouse All-Stars and getting her flowers and her crown like she deserves. And if she doesn't, y'all are nasty.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to say, not to spoil my draft with Holly, but Abrielle was the number 1 pick off the board. I picked her first between me and Holly. So anyway, that's just my read from just before filming. Caleb, what's up with you? What do you think about Abby?
Okay, I'm gonna be so honest with you. I love her to death. I could not get a good read on them. I really couldn't. Like, so like with everyone, I was like, oh, they did this, that, and the third. With Abrielle, I was like, would she do well? Would she not? Like, I feel like now I don't think we got to her yet, but I feel like she's in the same boat as Maddie, in my opinion. Like not like super high up, but not super down low. I'm too fair. No one's down low because they're all in All-Stars. So like, but as of like threat level, I feel like she's not that far up. But also like, just like, not to be fair to her credit, I feel like I remember you saying that like when she plays the Greenhouse, she always gets 5th, which is honestly iconic. Like, how you can get to that far. Honestly, she's doing better than me in both the live version and the mini we played a few weeks ago. But like, she's good. Like, if you can get to the top 5 like over and over again, that's iconic. And I do think she would do well. But like, I need to see the proof before I can like put it to pen and paper.
But
so.
that's the great thing about Abrielle is like she's the sleeper pick and she always makes it far and everyone's like, how does she make it far? And it's not just by luck. It's by gameplay. It's by like, it's just by everything. Like, she is so good.
The thing about All-Stars that y'all are overlooking is that these players probably would give her 5th a 3rd time just because. And I think that's why I was a little bit hesitant.
Honestly,
but I am rooting for her, and I hope she gets rid of the 5th place curse.
Maybe 4th. Let me stop.
Iconic.
She's the queen.
Any other thoughts on the icon Abrielle?
I will also say that at least I remember Mike because I remember talking to her. She's also part of the camera crew as well. And like with Claire, like she has that experience. Like she's seeing it happening live in front of her. So I feel like she would also have that advantage as well. And honestly, while I was writing my little like draft rank list, I'm be so for I completely forgot about that until I watched up and I'm like, wait, I did see Abrielle whenever I played for the short time. But I do remember seeing her, I'm like, she should have been a little. To be fair, she is higher than a lot of people on my list, but they were already drafted. So it's like, out of everyone left, it wasn't that high. But you know what? I do believe in Abrielle. She's going to eat, demolish. Prove me wrong. But not too wrong because I still want to win the draft. But
because as a reminder, a spot on All-Stars 2 is at stake tonight. So, Papa, you just got Abrielle on your team. Who is the next player up for grabs?
I feel like every time I've gotten to pick someone, I've picked a winner. So let's just say fuck it and choose the last one.
All right. Gavin, the winner of season 4, is up for grabs. Do I hear any bids?
1,
2.
3.
You're going to have all the winners?
Yeah.
she has all the winners.
Winners of what?
4.
5.
Oh, actually, you don't have all the winners. I forgot. Caleb stole Brandon from you. You said how much?
We're at 5. 5. Going once. Going twice. I'm going to call it. Congratulations, Taylor. You get Gavin on your team. Talk to me.
Gavin's just good. Clearly, Gavin can do the damn thing. I'm sure y'all did not want to pick him because he's one. But looking at this cast, I kind of just gave up on this person's never going to hide because I don't think any of them can hide. And so Gavin's a thinker. Gavin, just is really good about working out the scenarios. And while he does think, I feel like he can also keep it like cool, calm, collected. And only do what he has to do when he needs to do it. And so I think he's going to use that to his benefit. When people are looking at him, I think he will also be able to deflect really well. So thanks for letting me get such a steal.
Absolutely. I think of all the winners, Gavin had the most strategically dominant. And so I'm thrilled to have him here on the All-Stars cast. Papa, what are your thoughts on Gavin?
I know I keep saying this for like every season 4 person, but like especially him, like coming off such like a unique dynamic win, like all eyes are on him. And like with him and I think Ross, kind of like playful bickering back and forth, like in returnee seasons like that, like if you keep bringing to light stuff that's happened, like you're putting eyes on it. And like I know you shouldn't really hide like stuff that's happened because like people have seen, but like just you're basically speaking it into existence. And I feel like if he already has like the I'm a winner like issue, and then it's now this, like it just could keep building up, and I feel like it would be harder for him later on. And with so many people in the game, like you need to play the long game.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good read and an important difference coming into this All-Star season. I think it'll be interesting moving forward to see which players are actively talking about their achievements and or like targets on their back. Caleb, you played the closest, I think, with Gavin of all these season 4 All-Stars. So I'm especially interested in what you think.
Yes. First of all, my black team duo, my legend, the Phoenix. Oh my God. It is a travesty that I could not draft you. Well, I technically could, but they probably would have outbid me for it. But you know what? I have faith in Gavin. Besides Brandon, I have the most faith in him. Because like even though he had like a little bit of a tiff with Ross, that was really it. Like because everyone was like, "Oh, I want to work with season 4 so bad," and like even though Gavin's a winner, like I said, like he's a likable person, very much like Brandon. Very likable winner, very like social winner. Obviously like strategic, like he ate that up. But it's like he said, if they let him get too far, which I very much think they will, because there are way bigger fish to fry, he could just win again. Because like I said, with Dylan as well, he also won a bunch of competitions. Like Ross, Dylan, and Gavin just won everything. Like it was absolutely absurd. But like he can do it again if they let him get too far. So I very much think he can do it. Also, now, he said this in season 4, and I'll bring it up again. Go Home Alone. But like the fact that he literally hosted a whole game, 3 seasons as a matter of fact, especially I think as of filming All-Stars, it was 3 seasons because season 3 had aired like it filmed in like January or something like that. He's done this 3 times. And so he knows both the production side and the player side. And the fact that he literally won his first, like, I don't know if it's his first live game he played, but saying he won, he can do it again. And like say he has all these connections. And they aren't like super negative. So I think he can pop off. I think he can eat. Just don't eat too hard because I kind of want to win the draft again. But you know what? Although we'll say, and I think Dylan mentioned in the chat, I believe. Hold on. Someone mentioned in the chat, which I'm reading. I'm not responding because I'm trying to hone in on this draft. So I'll respond. I'll respond to all your hate comments later, Brady. But someone mentioned that Taylor has all of the season 4 boys, and honestly, 8. Good for you.
Yeah.
I am such a woman lover. I don't know. They all were good in their season.
They were iconic.
I feel like I always end up picking all men.
Your
You have
team's
two women
split.
on your team.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying. I always pick a lot of guys.
All right, iconic. Do we have any more thoughts on Gavin before we move on to our last three players? Iconic. So Taylor, you got Gavin in the draft. You get to choose the next person up for grabs. Who is it?
Let's do Maddie.
All right. Icon, robbed legend, Maddie is up for grabs. Do I hear any bids?
1.
1 for Maddie. One going once. One going twice.
Y'all have 17 seeds. Don't do her dirty like this. Please. Give her more.
You have 6.
Okay,
Give her
but like y'all have
more.
17, 18. It's giving Monopoly.
You're not
like,
getting another person.
You're not getting another
Either way.
person. I'm sorry.
Either way, you're not.
2.
2 for Maddie.
So y'all want to be horrible. Giving her, just letting her sit with 1. Y'all are sick and twisted.
I was trying to get a steal here, but
Going once. Going twice. All right, Caleb, you get another person on your team. Maddie goes for 2 seeds.
Maddie, I am so sorry that these clowns did not want to spend 7+ seeds on you. I'm sorry. They absolutely like. I think you, honestly you were robbed, just like you were in season 1. You were robbed that you were just put last in this draft because they otherwise, like hotcakes, it's gone. But you know what? They had to play the game, I guess. But you know what? Whatever. Oh, mine. I didn't realize that my cast is very heavy male dominated. I'm so sorry. I am. Anyway.
Iconic. I do want to mention that Maddie has done very well on the online versions of the greenhouse. She's won at least 1, and I believe she's made it to finals 3 times.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Good.
Goes up in my stocks.
Maddie her flowers. Give Maddie her flowers. Taylor, what was the hesitation for Maddie?
I don't
She's a hater.
know. I think I am a hater. It's nothing
Oh.
against her. It really isn't. I'm just looking at these last 2 players.
Fair enough. Papa, any thoughts on Maddie's game?
I loved Maddie in her season. I just am eyeing someone else, and I needed to make sure I stayed even with Taylor because I feel like she is also eyeing the same person. And if she is, I now hold the 1 extra on top of her. So it's strictly drag, nothing else.
All right, fair enough. Before we move on from Maddie, I do want to talk about her game a little bit more. Specifically, she was thrown out of the game because of a misunderstanding caused by Christian's lies, causing Claire to turn on Maddie when Maddie was nothing but honest. What do we think about that dynamic coming into this new season?
She was screwed. She was robbed. But honestly, like that's why I picked her very clearly. Like this is me manifesting her second chance. Like she's coming in this game to play, and like she's ready. We all know it, but y'all are just too scared to admit it because y'all want to play the game so hard. Want to have like 17, 18 seeds. What are the seeds going to do for you? Like honestly, just like this Monopoly money from season 4, what is it going to do for you at the end of the day? Yes, I still have it. I had this in my car for like.
It's getting me the person that I want at the end of the day.
Well, you know what? At this point, I hope they lose. I hope they. I hope. Now, as much as I love Meredith and Patrick, I hope they go home night 1, both of them. All I gotta say, I hope you spend 17, 18 seats for nothing.
Oh.
And that's on that. But anyway, back to Maddie and why I think she's amazing. So once again, tying back into Olympia, she also played there, and like right in there, I was like, oh, she's playing to win. Straight up, she was like, I'm turning my emotions off for this game, and turning emotions off, she did. I won't spoil how she did. As much as Dylan says it's been a month, I don't care. I'm not gonna spoil. You better watch Olympia. It's so good. It's so good. Honestly, anyway. But like she's able to like go from like personal fun mode to game mode just like that. And I think especially in this kind of cast, that is so important to have. Now, like I said, whenever I wrote this little cast assessment, like back in like May, actually, I will say, so whenever I wrote the cast, I wrote like the first half of it in like May, and then I got distracted. But I finished it. I finished it tonight before the premiere. So I did say that at the beginning, I was very worried for her because, like I said, like given how her game ended the first time, it was like I wouldn't say a middling game, but like because considering like the placement of everyone, she got 9th. Like that's like the third lowest. I say third because there are a bunch of 10th places in Queen Jessica, but like having seen her play more and learning more about her greenhouse lore, it's giving Bible, it's giving thick. Like there's so much about her, it is insane. Honestly, she is my super pick now. I may have only given her 2 seeds. Should have given her 6 at this point, but you know what? It's fine. I believe in her so hard, and I think that she will absolutely like not necessarily right the middle, but I think that she will be a very under the radar strategic threat where people won't be scared of her because, like, she got 9th place the first time and she got robbed. But this time, she's coming for that crown, and it has MADI written all over it.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that, Papa and Taylor?
I think you should have
I
been
got a
6.
steal.
So Brady was down in the lower end, but now because of you made Maddie the least bet on.
That's crazy because that's crazy because what I remember is there was a bidding war for Brady before, but y'all didn't want to bid war with me because y'all were scared of Maddie's threat level. So
what I remember happening was
what I remember is
I played you earlier in the draft. What I remember is
lost your seed. What I remember is you had even so I bid 6 on Brody. I still would have had like 12. It wouldn't have happened anyway. Besides the point, what I remember is you saying 1, just saying awkward sounds. And I said, I'll say 2. But like I said, the fact that y'all have 17, 18 seeds respectively is insane that y'all are just waiting for Meredith and Patrick. Like, what do Meredith?
I love you both. I love you both.
What do Meredith and Patrick have that Maddie doesn't? What do they have that Maddie doesn't?
We'll talk about Meredith in a minute.
We'll talk about it when we get there.
All right.
All right. So Caleb, this is actually a pretty interesting strategic position for you. You get to choose the next player up for grabs. Who do you choose?
You know what? Out of spite, Patrick. We're not talking about Meredith right now. We're talking about Patrick.
All right. Patrick is up for grabs. 4th place finisher from the Greenhouse Season 2. Do I hear any bids on Patrick?
Since because I got 4. Actually, you know what? I'm using my secret advantage. I'm using my Monopoly monies. All 500 of them.
I thought that didn't matter.
It does now. It does now.
Taylor, I'm doing Meredith, so if you want another person, pick him.
Well, have fun because you only want her because she was the winner of my draft. So be it. But you're bidding all of them on Meredith?
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever. Well, I would hate to let all these seats go to waste, so I will bid 17 on Patrick.
All right.
Not because you're stealing Meredith, but because Patrick's fucking winning.
All right.
Oh.
I'm gonna call it. Taylor adds Patrick to her team.
I shouldn't have told Caleb to freaking bid that extra seed because we were tied. Bad strategy. Patrick is gonna munch. I think I've been underestimating him because Meredith just did me so right in my last draft that I wanted to be stingy and get her again. But Patrick said in this episode that he will do whatever it takes to win. So I think he's going to be ruthless. But I don't think that he'll necessarily have all eyes on him. I honestly don't know much about Patrick's game. But I think he's worth all 17 seeds.
Iconic. Caleb, what are your thoughts on Patrick?
Okay, so my thoughts on Patrick are that so very much so at least in this little classroom that I wrote in like May, he's very much like the Brodies, Christians of the world. He is like a very schemy player, but very smart about it. Was that Brady laughing in the background? Anyway. Anyways, but yeah, so I feel like he's a very schemy player, but he's able to get away with it very well. I mean, to be fair, just like Christian, funnily enough, he also fell victim to the literal Final Three alliance at the Final Four, which just remembering, I feel like I remember saying when season 2, like the finale aired, at least when Final Four aired, that season 1 and season 2 basically had like different stories but a similar ending. That's what it felt like to me personally. With Brody getting robbed. Just kidding. He kind of deserved third. Anyway, but I feel like Patrick is able to play a very similar game to Christian, but better. Because like he's not as polarizing, he's not as like openly obviously schemish. Like we know with Christian, like he's gonna do whatever he has to do to get a quick buck. And it has very much screwed him before Survivor All-Stars. But I don't know if Patrick has had those flop moments. Now I haven't really watched all the Survivor series, just way too many. But maybe if you do a summary one day, I'll understand all the Taylor Luke lore. But I feel like Christian, if he learns from his mistakes from the previous season, he's able to get into like a 3-4 person alliance and like, or really a 3-person alliance, and to ride that through to the end and get into a power position where he's not the fourth place boot, then shoot, he could win. Yep. Now, is he worth 17 seats? Absolutely. And I'm saying that because my PR team is making me say so. I have just too many people so far. Considering I'm not even on this cast, I can't be.
This was my plan the whole time.
Master plan.
Mastermind. Papa, what are your thoughts about Patrick?
So Patrick is someone that I ranked in the middle when I was making my list because I don't know a ton about him, but I feel like he is someone that is going to kind of be the person that people come to for like when they need votes or when they want to try and make a plan. So I think with him, he's going to have like a strong hold in the game of just being like knowing that he's going to be here for another round. I feel like a lot of these people want to play round by round, but I feel like he should be able to say like, I think I could plan another round or two ahead just because people are going to need him.
Yeah, I think that's fair. A couple things I want to flag about Patrick is that he also hosts games. He doesn't film them like we do, but he is very familiar with these types of games, and I think it shows in the way that he plays. And also,
exactly.
And also, I think one of his big strengths is how he played the middle during season 2, a lot like Brody did. And I think it's interesting that season 2 has the fewest players of all of the seasons. So I think that they're pretty primed to be in like a kind of Matt Singh sort of position, at least so long as the players stick towards season lines, which we'll see if they do. Here we go. We have one more person left.
Also, we'll throw in. I'm sorry, real quick.
Caleb,
we'll throw
what
in
are
that
you
also
saving your seats for?
For the clout. Anyway, now we'll also say with Patrick. So I saw in the chat, I got to mention it here. Apparently, Dylan was inspired to play these live games through Patrick because Dylan played in Patrick's games. Said it is also a plus for Patrick because that's like number one, not number one, but it's a plus one for him. Yeah. I don't know if it'll benefit Dylan, but it will benefit Patrick. So that's also a reason why I totally threw my 4 seats on him.
Definitely. And with that, we are down to our last All-Star. So we either know where Meredith is going or Papa's about to be very shady.
4!
So I just think that Meredith deserves her flowers and being the most sought after in this draft. So I am going to give her 18 seeds.
Iconic. And I'm going to call it Papa claims Meredith for 18 seeds. Talk to me. Were you holding out for Meredith?
I was holding out for Meredith. You could ask Edmund. One thing about me, I love me some Meredith. And when I saw that she was coming back, I just knew that when I was doing this draft as of 10 a.m. today, I was going to pick her no matter what it took. Like, Meredith, like, is one of those players that just like come from behind and get you, and you could target her all you want, but she's always going to find a way around it.
Yeah, absolutely. She iconically won all 3 immunity challenges of Greenhouse Season 1. She's very difficult to pin down. Somehow she always worms her way through. She's the ultimate underdog of all of my games. And now she does have a win under her belt, as you know, Taylor, from your previous draft experience. I know you wanted to try to take a shot at getting Meredith here. What do you think? How big of a loss is this?
I think it's a big loss, but to be honest, I wanted Meredith again. I was kind of going back and forth. But then I also was thinking like she does have this win. Everyone completely dogged on me for picking her in the last draft, saying like she's not going to make it far. She did so well last time, whatever. And then she won. So now I'm like, can she do it again? I don't know, but I definitely think that Meredith is going to have some sway this season. I just don't know that they're going to let her get it away with it like she got away with it in the Big Brother game. But I'm super excited to see her play. I am sad that I encouraged Caleb to bid another seed, but now I got my winner, Patrick. So all is well. But no, I do think Meredith's going to do really well in this game. But it's ALLSTARS, so I think literally everything we think is going to happen is like going to be so far from what happens.
We will have to see. Caleb, what are your thoughts on Meredith?
I am devastated. I'll be so for real. Out of all 18 people on my list, she was number 1.
Oh,
But as soon as I accidentally bid on Brody and I took the bait, it was over because they had like 30 something and I had 15. It was a wrap. And the thing is, I was just hoping and praying that maybe Meredith got picked earlier, but she was picked last, so there was nothing I could have done. But actually, not even a but. I'll just keep going. I am a Meredith apologist. You literally saw whenever Brother 19 aired. That was her season. Brother 19 aired. Every episode, I'm like, right, Essence, I'm like, Meredith is the queen. She's the legend. She's mother. She's mama. She's gonna kill it. I'm so happy for her. And the entire season, I'm like, I love me some Meredith. Like, I wanted her to win so bad, and when she got that win, I was hooting and hollering for her because I see myself in her, or really, I see her in me because like she's just like I aspire to be her that bad. Like she is me but better and shorter, but she's me but better. And like honestly, like I wish I played the game that she did. Obviously, I didn't, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not in this draft, but like just watching her, like the fact that she can like. Now to be fair, I will say whenever she did opening target Christian round 1, season 1, that was not the move. But she still recovered. She won the challenge, and then she won again, and she won again. And after that point, they were like, we need to target Meredith because at that point she can't cop out anymore. She still got top 6, and she only lost because Lainey bought the green thumb and got blindsided by Bryce. I'm still mad at Bryce for that 2-3 years down the line. And then Claire stole it from Lainey. Also mad about that 2-3 years down the line. And then she used it on Meredith. Meredith was robbed, and she should have won season 1. If she would have gone for it. Okay, she probably wouldn't have won. But like, let me but like overall, I love Meredith. I'm devastated that these 2 Ascendance people snatched her from me.
Yeah, Meredith is iconic. Meredith flew in from Chicago to play.
She's dedicated.
She is iconic. She is pretty handedly one of the most, if not the most popular people from my games, like at least judging from the YouTube comments. So it is an absolute dream that she was able to come play. I am honestly so surprised that we were able to pull it off. So yeah, with that, we have our 3 draft teams.
I can't believe we're even.
I know. I was like, ooh.
Honestly, I'm shocked too. I thought I was gonna get like 3 people, but you know what? Y'all let me get some steals.
We have an even 6 players on each team. Papa has Jessica, Abrielle, Christian, Brady, Meredith, and Claire. Any thoughts on your team as a whole, Papa?
There's 5 good people on my team and 1 sneak. The sneak is in the room with you. No, I love my team. I got 90% of the people that I wanted, so I'm happy.
Perfect. Next team, Caleb has Ava, Brandon, Brody, Shane, Thomas, and Maddie. Caleb, what's the takeaway on your team?
I will say that even though I did not get all of my top 3, I got number 2 and number 3. Those being Ava and Brandon, by the way. That's why I went so hard on Ava at the start. But I think that this cast, at least this group of people, are going to devour. Like, Brody, I'm a little worried about, not going to lie. But if he can outlast Claire, he's going through to the end. And I believe so. It's really a 50-50 coin flip, but we'll see. Ava, Chaos Queen, love her. Brandon, under the radar, social icon, winner. He can do it again. Shane, mastermind, even though everyone knows that he still has the best read in the entire game. Also, the effort. Like, I'm saying, the fact that he filmed the whole intro video, I wish I could do that. I didn't do it, bro. He game changer in that in of itself. Like, season 6, step up. Thomas lives on the premises. He is around this all the freaking time. He can do it. He can do it again. I'm ready for him. And Maddie, oh my God, she can change her. Like, she is ready to play the game. Like, her emotions, she can go from here to here real quick. And she's also low to a fault the fact that, like, even though she got robbed and snaked by Christian at Final 9 or something like that, and she got cut because of it, she was still in the right. And now that y'all know, and now that they all know, they will think twice before crossing her again, because they will be like, oh, Maddie's telling me the truth. I think that this top 6 will be the top 6, the winners on this team.
Top 6 first boots.
Oh, you mad? You mad? How about that sneak on your draft, Brady?
And when my sneak goes through all these people, then what?
All right, it's my camera
he'll
time,
go
ladies.
to all the people when he's walking out the house.
All right.
With the fly trap. Besides the point.
All right, y'all, let's wrap it up.
Y'all had your camera time. It's mine. Someone on my team is winning.
Period.
And 100%, I think they're all going to go after each other, probably because of Dylan. But I really hope that, I don't know, I think I have a good mix of strategic, threat level. I got winners. I got the cool, calm, collected, and I think I have the most well-rounded team. I don't know. I was trying to think of a team name because last season I did Queen's Gambit, and that was like a literal alliance name. So I was trying to see if I could think of something as iconic on the spot, but I will get back to you maybe here in a few.
Fair. So with that, we have our teams, y'all. Iconic. So in our last few moments, I just want to ask final takes. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is buying Flytrap? And who do you think is going home night 1? Just rapid fire.
I think Jessica is winning.
Period.
His mother. I think Lily is going to buy the Flytrap for like the whole storyline, and then going home night 1, 2 people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Brandon and Dylan.
Period. Thank you. Taylor, I want your takes.
Shakira's winning. Claire, no. Claire, Ava are gonna buy the Flytrap.
Period.
And I think that, oh, sorry, I'm like looking for the list to cast. I think that Shane and Thomas, they're gonna be, one of those two are gonna get yeeted because they're good.
We'll see. And Caleb.
All right. Hot take time. All right. So first of all, the person who I think is winning the game, Brandon again. Who I think is going to win the Flytrap, Jessica. Let's flip the script this time. And the 2 people I think are going home. So it's vote out first and Flytrap.
Yes.
Okay. 18th place person who I think is getting voted out. I love you so much. Dylan, you're going home. Then Flytrap, honestly, Claire. Blindside. Round 1 or episode 2 or 3.
I almost said Claire Blindside.
It's gonna be just bam. Like, don't even give it a chance. I'm scared for her, but like, should have been on my draft.
Well, if Dylan goes home first, then my team name is Dylan's Angels.
Iconic. So that's everything I have for y'all. Any last comments before we go?
Make sure you keep watching The Greenhouse season
Your
5.
night
It'll
one
be
fly
amazing.
trap is so nasty.
Thank
And I know
you.
you had so much fun doing it. You're like, and if you don't want it to happen, it'll happen anyways. Show
Yeah.
us your cards.
No, I'm thrilled with it. I got the reaction I wanted. We got a triple scream. So funny. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Big thank you to my drafters for doing this. This was a long draft. Sorry, I had fun. And please watch Ascendance Live. Please watch Home Alone. Please watch Olympia. And please watch The Greenhouse season 5 every Sunday, every Thursday. But we also have one tomorrow after Drag Race. Come join us. So yeah, signing off. Let us know who you think's winning in the comments.
Yeah, subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Anyway,
Also, subscribe to Live Reality Games. Thank you for
Yes.
hosting us.
Yeah,
Icons, legends.
yes, legends.
Hit the notification bell as well for all these channels. Just letting
for
y'all know.
all of it, all of it, all of it.